what do you think is the reason why we would always qualify, but we just go and participate and just go and join and come back? Whilst Nigeria always at least try their best to go away from their group.
Yeah, as my earlier suggestion, my earlier submission, I said, one, I think we raised our hopes too high. I mean, I felt it was high time we always lowered our expectation when it comes to the under 20 level, because we've never done anything beyond the group stages. And so I mean, I expect that. I mean, when it comes to the under 20 level, we should lower our expectation. We shouldn't expect them to do anything extraordinary, because obviously we've not got come out from the group before. This is because, as I said earlier on, because of what we normally see them do in under 17 level. That's the more reason why. Then I think as we should try and I mean shift that attention from we focusing mainly on the women's Premier League. I mean that's not enough. Sometimes we think that's a tough flight. Yes, it is always good to get players out of your top league, the top league you play, get the best out, and for them to represent you at the international level. But then see, this USC team you see, they are players who play in the NCAA. I mean, the NCAA is more or less like let's say secondary school football. Let's say
Intercore.
Exactly. Let's say Intercore in Ghana, and they always put them from that side, right from under 17. That's you hardly see any under 17 or under 20 player from the USC, from the French junior national teams playing at the top level in the United States. It's always been the college, the schools, the NCC and all that. And I think that's where we should focus on. See, a player like Priscilla Ochi, who actually captained the under 17 team to win bronze in 2012 in Azerbaijan, was actually a product from Airtel Rising Star. And Airtel Rising Star is a community football game that is being organized for ladies, like young ladies and all that. That is where she was poached from. And she went all the way, captained the under 17 team and led them to win bronze. And there are so many of such talents in there. But then in our case, we only tend to focus on the Women's Premier League, which actually, I mean, for the, you bear with me that for the past years is not really yielding any result when it comes to selecting players to the national.
So Frank, you think that we have more quality, even the Premier League, we are not getting proper quality? You think we can have quality away, like in the schools and other places, more than even the players that play in the Premier League?
See, the quality in Ghana is never in doubt. I mean, there are so many qualities in Ghana. You, even when you move away from the ladies' game, even the men's game, I mean, you can't tell me that any player in the Ghana Premier League is, I mean, the fact that the player is in the Ghana Premier League is better than a player who is not in the Ghana Premier League. There are so many talents out there. I mean, so a lot of them playing on those dusty pitches and all that. I mean, if you are a scout, I mean, you normally go out there to watch this kind of game, and you could see the kind of talent you actually bring out. And so there are lot of talent out there, and I feel it is high time we try and shift our focus into that aspect. Just we should try and look at the grassroots, look at those. I mean, college football. I mean, secondary school, intercore, and all that. We could get a lot of them there. And it's not as if, I think, and one thing is also, I think if we get there, it's not as if we are just selecting them for them to go and play the national team. It's a matter of selecting them, camping them for a long time, and for them to grow. It's all about development. I mean, that's what Morocco have done. The Morocco team we see now is not just a team they paraded 2-3 years ago. It's been a team together for the past 5-6 years. I mean, and now they are yielding the results. I mean, so it's not all about you going out there to spot the talent in college football and all that. But then get them, camp them. I mean, get them competitive games or whether locally based games or anything, just calm them. And I think in the next 2-3 years to come, we could get some positive results out of it.
You see, sometimes you need to be strategic about what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And also, I also feel that the way we prepare, you see, when you take a good place in the Ghana Premier League, for instance, and you plant her in the Women Premier League, for instance, you plant her in the, like, you take her to Costa Rica, for instance. These ladies are not exposed that level that they really struggle to perform. I don't know, but that's what I think.
Yes, it also could be a factor. So I think the technical director of the ladies, the Black Princesses,
technical advisor,
yeah. It wasn't something that actually came out, but from my own sources and from, yes, my sources at the national team, I heard that, she was actually interested in the fact that players or foreign-based players every foreign-based player that was actually invited for camp should actually make it to the World Cup. This is because she felt, she was here she was in Ghana for a couple of weeks and all that, and she felt, our league is not that competitive. It's not that exposed when it comes to the international level. And so she felt that those foreign players who have actually tasted foreign football and all that are rather a little bit exposed. And so it is, advisable to actually take them to the World Cup. And it is a good point. I think most of the players who play in the league are really not exposed to this kind of game. Especially when they never represented the country at the U17 level. And so playing at the U20 level always come out. A typical example is our striker, Salamatu Abdullahi. Excellent striker by all standards. Very, very good player. If you really follow the Women's Premier League, you know the kind of player she. But unfortunately, she never played at the under-17 level, and you could see that she's really, really struggling in her debut appearance at the under-20 level. And so all this also, comes to mind when it comes to the fact that we actually don't go out there to perform when it comes to this under-20 World Cup competitions.
Yeah, because I think, playing among ourselves in Africa, it looks as if it's an easy thing for us to do. Like, we would always qualify.
Exactly.
We would always qualify. But because I always say, you see, there's a lady plays, no disrespect, but a lady plays at the Magdan Town Park. Perhaps she has never been in a plane before. She flies to Costa Rica. 1 week later, you say, go and play a World Cup game against USA. Obviously, such a person will struggle.
Exactly. It's and I also raised this actual topic. I was suggesting that the same way CAF actually decided to have the senior women's teams play in zonal competition, I also feel they should actually be done when it comes to the junior teams as well, because this you are obviously when we are grouped in zonal competition such as what we do with the CAF Women's Cup of Nations, you are going to face the likes of Nigeria. You are going to face the big guys, the big teams in, and obviously you will put in your all. You know that
but that will mean that you are going to face Nigeria. I'll knock you out. Like that would mean that you're going to face Nigeria. Nigeria will knock you out.
Exactly. So you prepare well. You know you are going to face tough side. But then if that's not the case, you always be facing up with Guinea, and with all due respect to them, they are good side. But when it comes to the junior level, the women's junior level, they are not up there. You always we played against Guinea. We trashed them by 7 goals to nil in Ghana. We trashed them by 3 goals to nil in Guinea. You'll be facing those, the likes of Guinea and Senegal and those, and you'll be beating them always. We always beat everyone when it comes to the qualified. But then when we go to the World Cup, we struggle. Why is it the case? Because we don't have state competitions at that level when in Africa. And so if we are grouped in that zonal format, and all that. It would actually make us more competitive. You are playing against Nigeria, you are playing against Cote d'Ivoire. Obviously, you know their strong side. You come out hard and you prepare very well. And so anytime you get to that level, you get to the World Cup, you know you are facing, more stiffer opponent. And so you will actually bring your A game. And I think that's also going to help.
I personally, I think maybe we should consider, see the way the Black Stars, you can't compare any national team to the Black Stars, but
right.
I think just as the Black Stars will prepare and the government is willing to invest a lot of money in the Black Stars so that they can camp outside Ghana ahead of the preparation, possibly we should consider doing that for the U20, because it's easy. It's obvious that we always qualify, but when we go to the world stage, we are always exposed.
That's right. I also think so. Yeah, that's correct, because but it all boils the fact that, as you rightly said, you can't compare any national team to the Black Stars. The kind of treatment the Black Stars will get won't be the kind of treatment. So I think it's not enough. With this particular team, for instance, the FA tried to at least send them to a training tour 2 weeks before the tournament. They had a friendly game against France and all that. Yes, it's a good effort, but obviously not enough, because believe you me, the Black Stars, proud to the tournament in Qatar, proud to the World Cup, will obviously travel to Qatar or any camping base for about 3 weeks or even a month before the competition starts, which actually give them good preparation grounds and all that. But I think getting 1 week, 2 weeks closer to tournament for our ladies to actually travel for tours and all that is really, really not enough. But then I also feel, in as much as we await those moments, we could also try and learn from what Morocco is doing. Morocco, most of the time, you see how their women's game is developing now. They don't usually travel outside for tours and all that. They rather invite teams down here, down to their side to play them. They invited Ghana to play them in friendly, even with the junior side, under 20 side, the same under 20 side. We played them last year over there in Morocco. They came down here to also play. They normally invite teams, opponents in Morocco to play against it. So I think we can also do the same. If we can't fly the girls over to play those kind of friendly matches, we can invite team. It doesn't cost much to invite Nigeria to come down.
Isn't it expensive to call for friendly games? Or
that's
like hosting it.
Well, it doesn't. You are playing against. Not to invite. The big names, or it doesn't cost much to invite Nigeria to come and play. A friendly game in Ghana. To invite Cote d'Ivoire to come and play a friendly game in Ghana. These are normal game. But then these girls play against Ampundakwa ladies. With all due respect to them, they play against Rich City. They play against Berry ladies. You wouldn't expect that stiff opposition from these teams compared to that of the national teams and all that. And so I think if we really want it well, we should actually try. And yes, it might cost a lot, but if we want our football well, we want to develop women football, and it's all part of the development. We can't always have them play against lower tier side and all that. We should actually give them that exposure by playing that international top level football and all that.
But this one, just last one, then I'm going to add. Do you believe that, in the last 10, since 2010, our Black Queens have struggled? You feel is because the U20 is struggling? Like the U20 don't really make a good name for themselves, so we can't literally transition these young players into there, because when they go to the World Cup and they feel we just don't get better players to go into the Black Queens.
Obviously, that's been the case. Obviously, there is a transition. The U20 is a transition to the Black Queens team, and even if you watch recent performances with the Black Queens, we normally, Coach Mesitegu has always, in the last couple of months or years, has always depended on the under 20 players for when it comes to the Black Queens. We played against Nigeria in the qualifiers, and it was always virtually an under 20 team that we played against that Nigerian side, which obviously should tell you that it's a transition. We always depend on the under 20 players when it comes to the Black Queens, and when we are not performing well at under 20, obviously it's always going to affect us at under 20 at the senior level. Nigeria, for instance, have always been very strong when it comes to the under 20 level. The U20 World Cup, they've been strong. They've been 2 times finalists. They've got to the semi-finals on 4 occasions. Very strong, and so you could see how strong their team is. They've got so many players coming out from the under 20. Asisa Toshola, all coming out from under 20. I mean, Ngozi Okobi and all that. Francisca Odiga. These players all came from the under 20 level, and so the under 20 obviously is a feeder for the main national team. And so if things are not going on well with under 20, obviously it's going to affect us at the senior level, and that's what we are seeing now when it comes to the Black Queens.
How far are we from performing well at the world stage in the U20? How far are we from getting out of our group, at least getting out of our group for the U20?
Well, I think it's not far fetched if we do our things right, because I always feel we have the talent. We have the talent in abundance in here, but as to how we are able to develop them is the problem. If you are able to develop them well, put structures in place and get everything on point, I think we could actually possibly get out of the group in the next couple of editions, because as I said, we have the talent. It's just the matter of how we manage them and how we utilize them. That's all.
Yeah, I think what I pray is that the technical advisor for the U20 will not, like, her job will not end right after the World Cup. Like, she should stay and really help to develop a proper model, because our Women Premier League is not like that professional league enough, and we need a different model to be able to have a proper talent for Ghana to be able to represent to the World Cup. But Frank, Charlie, thanks for making time for us this evening.